Hello, my name is Abigail, and this is Ami. I was trying to do this video without her, but that didn't work out. So yes, my name is Abigail. I was supposed to put up a video on Friday. This is what I agreed to do, and it pains me to admit that I blatantly forgot about it for 2 whole days. For the first time in my life, I have the extremely legitimate excuse of when I got home on Friday night, Ami was sick and had a fever, and all she wanted to do was sit on me and feel bad at the world. So that's what we did. And I didn't get anything done Friday night, and then I remembered my blog, and I felt great shame and humiliation. So I'm doing it today, now-ish. I'm doing it now. This is my first blog. It's not my first nano. My first time was back in 2008 when I was a sophomore in college. That was actually the last semester when I didn't also have a job while I was in college. So looking back, it's probably the most free time I've ever had in my life. And I did win that year, and it wasn't even hard. And every year since then, I've thought, yeah, I'll do nano this year, piece of cake. And then you know what happens? Nothing. Nothing happens. This year is important for me for many reasons, but I think the biggest one is self-validation. I went to college for creative writing at an amazing university where I learned a lot, and then I even got a master's from Full Sail University, which was also a pretty good program. And I would like to eventually get another MFA in a residential program where you also teach classes and carry that on to a PhD and teach and be a professor and teach at the college level. This is kind of the only thing I've ever felt like I would like to make a career out of, but I know that that will never happen if I'm not actually writing and trying to write. So this year, my challenge to myself was to write a novel and edit it and try to get it published so that I can call myself an author without feeling all guilty and fraudulent. I'm working on a fantasy story that I actually started back in Camp NaNoWriMo this year, where I got about 8,000 words in. I am using those words, but they're not counting towards my word count. So my overall goal will actually be a 60,000 word novel once I add those back in. And so far, I'm not really doing so well. I made the very poor decision of buying a new 3DS game on Halloween night. So that first weekend was like a total bust. I'm trying to make sure that I write at least 500 words a day, if nothing else. And you know what? It's bloody hard. The worst thing, I think, is knowing that I can do it. I always say, I know I can do it because I did it once before. But like, man, I didn't have a kid then. I didn't have to do much except read and go to class. I didn't have these awesome games like Guild Wars 2. And I didn't have Netflix. Did I have Netflix? No, I didn't have Netflix. But if I want to be a writer, I know beyond a doubt that this is something I have to do. I have to write for my sake, and for writing's sake, I have to write for her sake, because I want her to be able to say, my mom is an author, have you read her book? And not just like, my mom works at Starbucks, and she makes a mean cappuccino. Even if both of those things might be true. I don't work at Starbucks right now, but I've worked there before, and I might work there again in the near future, because free coffee. Oh god, yes. My story is called Hero's Tale. It's about a girl who is the daughter of the evil lord, and she sets out to kill an invading hero who is trying to free her land from tyranny and fear. And it's about old magic and the cost of things and what is good and evil and how much humans have the right to change the world to make it safer for themselves. So I really like this story idea, and even though my word count is, like, I'm embarrassed to even talk about it, only at 5,000 right now, I'm still actually pretty determined to finish this. I mean, Tuesday is Veterans Day, so I have the day off, and I totally won't spend the whole day watching YouTube. I will write, because that's what responsible writers do on their days off from their other jobs. Right. The last thing I want to say is that the most important thing I've found for me is that it's not the word count that's hard about nano. It's the everyday part. Like, I didn't write on Friday. And then it was really hard to even think about it on Saturday. And I didn't write on Saturday either, because with each passing day, it becomes harder and harder to accept the burden, and easier to just shrug it off and think, oh well, not this year. But that's wrong, because that leads to a lifetime of thinking, I could be a writer if I just tried, if I just had the time, if I just had the will. if I just did it. But 500 words a day is so easy, I'm ashamed to admit I skipped the last 2 days. But you know what's easier? 250 words. 100 words. 50. Even 10 minutes of writing a day will build a novel eventually. And that's what I want to learn this month, because that's the skill I will need to have going forward. So good luck, everyone, and I hope you're more on track than me with your goals. Never give up, never give in, and don't forget to be awesome. See you next week. Bye-bye. The last thing I want to say is that babies are not conducive to vlogging.